Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's staying warm today. At least we have some sunshine. Okay, this is going to be somewhat quick because it's not real detailed on how to do a My Social Security account, but it surprises me how many people are not aware of it. We'll go through, what is it? Why do I need it? How do I create it? And then some important information in the end. So what is an account? It's an online account through SSA.gov that anybody can have. You don't have to be disabled to have it, but you do have to be 18 or over. You can get all kinds of information from this account. And I don't know if some of you have in the past received in the mail annual statements from Social Security. If you ever worked in a job where you paid into Social Security, well, those statements can be received from here now. And because of COVID, Social Security is adding more and more features to make it easier for people. So it's a really, really good tool to use to plan for the future. What can you do with it? You can get a replacement Social Security card. You don't have to go into the Social Security office anymore. If you're receiving benefits, if you are not, I'm sorry, say you want to receive non-disabled benefits in the future, you can go in there and you can get a personalized retirement estimate, which is a really good tool. I've actually used it periodically. You can get estimates for the spouse's benefits. If you need proof that you don't receive benefits, which that's strange, but there are some places that if you're over a certain age, they want proof that you're not receiving a Social Security benefit. And then of course you can get your statement. What's really important for a lot of the people we serve is if you are receiving benefits, you can set up or change the direct deposit. You can get the Social Security 1099 form, which is the form that verifies that you have benefits and what they are. I've used this quite often when I'm unable to get benefits planning queries from Social Security. You can opt out of mailed notices so you don't get the bazillion letters every week, it seems, if you're a beneficiary. But you do have to go in and pull it from the portal then. And you can change address. And as I said, Social Security is, I'm in a network where I get some, background information sometimes, and they are constantly working to add other options to this. If a person, for example, let me go back one. If a person has applied for disability and it's pending, you can go out to that portal and check the status of it. Get a potential, when you are approved, you can get your entitlement date, how much the benefit's going to be, and so on. So it's a really good tool to have. So how do you do it? You just go down here to My Social Security Account, and I will go there in a minute. This document here is a document actually that I send out to people that I do analysis for or who have questions about it. That gives you simple steps on how to open the account. It can be a little tricky if you don't have, first of all, there's so much fraud going on right now, not just with Social Security, with unemployment, with Medicaid. It's absolutely ridiculous. So it's very, very stringent what they ask you for to be able to open the account. They want to make sure it's you and not someone else. I'll go back to this slide here in a minute as well. There's a terms of service when you open the account that's about this long. But basically what you need to know before you sit down is you need to be able to verify. You have to have a valid, if you don't have a valid email address, you can't open an account. You have to have a Social Security number, obviously. Excuse me, a U.S. mailing address, and you have to be at least 18 years of age. And I get questions often from parents or that are saying, I'm the rep payee for my 14-year-old daughter. Can I open an account? No, you can't. You can't have a My Social Security account till you're 18, but there is a representative payee portal that a parent or an RP can go to as well to get information on that person's disability benefit. And they should use that until important, you cannot create an account for another person. There's a little caveat there, of course, with whom you have a business relationship or for whom you are the representative payee. The person themselves have to do it. We obviously know we support a lot of people who cannot do this on their own. So we have to do it for them, or someone has to do it for them. So there's a little note in that term of service that you can have a third party. When I do it for people, this year I tried to do it over Zoom or have them on the phone, or prior have them in my office, so that we're creating it together. That way, if there's any questions, we did it together. I'm not doing it on my own. And it's really, really important to make sure that the person who's helping another person create the account trust that person. There's a lot of personal information out there, and you just don't want anyone to have access to it. If you're unable to create an account, I've had some people actually some individuals that we serve who's had problems creating the account, and they could not get any answers whatsoever by calling the local office. No, this is where you have to go, right here. These people, you can call the local office, but I recommend specifically for this account, calling up here or clicking on this link or putting that in your URL. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to actually open the page. I hope. Yeah. So if you go to ssa.gov, that's the home page for Social Security. You can get a plethora of information from it. If you typed in my Social Security account, this is where it would go. And it's very simple. You start with your create account. And I can only go so far on this. Create, if you've already have one, you'd sign in here. Create new account. This is that terms of service. And what happens a lot, I believe, when people have problems opening their account is they don't read all of this, because, we do that. We just rush through things. And then they've missed something in that terms of service. And that's why they can't get the account open. Oh, no, my computer's going to slow down. Okay. Now here, this is where, tell us who you are. I'm not going to go any farther to do this because I really can't. But it's so simple. And the information that you have at your fingertips is wonderful. Okay. One thing too is, if you have an account, you have to go into it at least once every 6 months. If you don't, Social Security locks it up. Then you need to call that number to get help to get it unlocked. So you try to keep it active. I work with a lot of people who says, "Oh yeah, I have one, but I created it 4 or 5 years ago." Well, they're not going to get into it. We're going to have to go through all those steps to get them access. So if I could go back to my presentation or not, I would just say, at this point, do you have any questions? Yeah. All right. That was pretty easy. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, Dorinda, can you give us some examples of what you can find out on there? I know it's like you can figure out your retirement, but does anything else? Can you share that, please?
Yeah. So what I had said earlier was, if someone has applied for Social Security, it takes a while to get approved, no matter which type you're applying for. You can check the status on the My Social Security account. Now, if the person's under 18, you can't. You'd have to call, or, well, you can't even use the representative payee portal because you're not set up as the RP until you're approved. You can get a benefits verification letter. Maybe someone is wanting to buy a car, or maybe they're working with a benefits analyst who needs to know what kind of benefits they get. Because, many people get confused between what they get, DI or SI. You can get a verification letter. And that's not mailed to you. You go into your account, you request the letter, it comes up, you print it off. It's immediate. And you can make all types of changes to your account. get the, the type of benefit that you have, how much it's paid, when it started. For those of us who are not disabled and want an account, and we paid into Social Security, well, it doesn't matter if you're disabled or not. If you paid into Social Security, you can get a list of all your earnings from when you started working, and then go in and actually do a estimate. It takes you to an estimate calculator, and you can run the numbers to see, okay, if I take my retirement at 62, how much am I going to get? If I take it at 65, how much am I going to get? If I wait to full age, how much am I going to get? It's a pretty handy tool. Does that help?
Yes, I wrote a lot of that down. I just wanted to make sure I had everything.
Sure,
Thank you.
you're fine. Any other questions?
I have a question. It's
Sure.
Melissa. We do a lot with Metro, and Metro always asks for Social Security awards letters. If
Mhm.
someone has this account or a payee has this account, why does it take so long to get the awards letter?
Well, a payee
Cannot
doesn't
do
have this
this.
account. A payee's got a portal that they go to, and they can
Okay.
pull that information.
So can they just print it off once they get it pulled?
Yeah, they can print it off. Just like, if Metro needs an award letter. Now, I can't speak for Metro, but I would think that a benefits verification letter from
Yeah.
the Social Security page would be sufficient. Melissa, I think a lot of time people just don't know. They don't know that it's there.
Well, I don't know, because I know a lot of times we, deal 211, they'll say, well, okay, it might take 2, 3 weeks to get the awards letter. So either they don't have the account set up and maybe they, won't or can't because of their restrictions. Some of our other payees, get it pretty quick.
Yeah,
So,
you can get verification instantly if you know that it's available,
mhm.
which is kind of why we're doing this today. There's just so much out there that I think, unless you're administering these types of things, you're not always aware that it's available. I mean,
Well, it may not
I,
be that, maybe they just are not able to do it as far as maybe their restrictions as a payee.
it could very well be. And I will tell you that um, I have a situation actually that came up this morning, and with a new 211 being the new payee, and we're having an issue of where did the money go that was supposed to be paid on the first of the month. So probably, and I haven't talked to the 211 rep directly yet, but I'm going to ask, do you use the RP portal? And I don't believe they've received the letter from Social Security stating they've been approved. So that's a problem as well.
Well, when you get an answer, if you could email, let me know
Yes.
what to say. And it could be, maybe we've discussed this, I just don't remember, that maybe they won't do it because of their restrictions as far as what their payee responsibilities are, as far as, what they're able to do.
Right, absolutely. I'll tell you one other thing I'll do too is I'll reach out to one of my Social Security experts and ask her to give me a detailed rundown of what's available in a portal and are there any restrictions to agencies or people who use them. I'll get that information and send it out.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else? You guys are too easy.
I don't have any questions in the chat.
Okay. Well, it's pretty straightforward. It's not like we're going into a detailed option here, but just let people know, and when you are working with individuals and families, let them know that that's available out there. It's just another tool to help manage finances. Okay,
Thanks, Dorinda.
you're welcome.
Yep. Thanks, Brenda.
Welcome, all of you.
Well, that was easy. Sweet
Yep.
to the point.
Yeah, if you have any questions in the future, just give me a call, and then, like I said, I'll get that information we discussed, and I'll make sure everyone has it.
And for anybody on the call that thinks that, you know, someone they know might need this information, you can always go to the YouTube channel and send the link. The recording from today will be on the YouTube channel, so you can send that out later. Oh, I thought we had a question, but we don't. Okay. Just want to let everyone know, coming up for the month of February on Virtual Community next week will be Sozo Pediatrics, which is a free pediatric clinic that is it's located at Connection West in Lancaster on 6th Avenue. They're going to talk to us about what they do. And then on the 18th, we have Fathom with Pam and Nicholas Hood. And then the 25th was a little bit of a change. The Fairfield Medical Center Foundation is going to come back and talk about some different things than they talked about on their last call. They're going to talk about a script program that they have to offer the community. So we added them in. The people that were on that day were no longer able to do it. So changed up just a little bit, but that'll be on the Community Connections calendar if anybody wants to see those changes too. So that's all we have for today. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming. Thank you, Dorinda. Have a good day.
Have a good
Thank you.
day.